I want everyone to close their eyes. Have a straight back, and inhale and exhale. And just imagine in your mind a blue light. Just focus all your energy on that blue light. And imagine that blue light is your pure self. So with your eyes closed, we're all going to say this chant. It's a mantra, and it goes, Uae. So you can open your eyes. Uae is very similar to Om. And the reason I made up Uae was because in 2010, I impersonated a religious leader. I created a philosophy and a religion to go around that leader. And I went to Arizona and started a religion, got followers, and made a movie about it. So I think what I found is religion is really scary. It frightens a lot of people because we've all seen the strength and power of belief. And when religion is used in the wrong way, we've seen tragedy and we've seen death and war. And I think that is quite frightening. And one of the things is we watch people believe in things that they never thought of, that they didn't think of themselves, that someone else told them to believe in. But for me, growing up, religion was never something scary. Actually, it wasn't this traumatic event that I had. It was quite exciting because I had religious parents, and I grew up in New Jersey, very far from the roots of Hinduism. But as a kid, my personal search for identity, being an Indian in America, was very similar to my religious search. I mean, it was all about what was my identity growing up, and what did I call myself? My last name is Gandhi, so I can't get more Indian than that. But, I found out that Gandhi was a Gujarati name, but I'm Punjabi, and my father grew up in Burma. And this is all happening in New Jersey. And then I found out being Hindu, the word Hindu was not actually, a Sanskrit word, that it came from somewhere else. I realized how much my search for religion or spiritual path was associated with my identity. And I talked to a lot of gurus all over the world, India and America, and I started making a film about them. And I saw all kinds of characters, people who I was totally repulsed by and people I was inspired by. But I realized everybody seemed to have the answer, and that was one thing that bound them together as gurus. So I thought of this thing, how can I experiment with this? I had this idea, and it's called the spiritual placebo effect. How do I start my own spiritual tradition? I need a character. So I created Kumaré. This is Kumaré. He comes from a place called Alikash that looks very similar to Rishikesh. He has a trident, which is the from the Om. You can't see here, but he often carries around a picnic basket and is barefoot. This is actually the Beatles ashram up there that you can actually sneak into very easily. And that's where Kumaré comes from. That's his little house. This is one of his buddies. This is him covered in ash, just making some jokes with friends. I was thinking about what's next. I need a symbol. So I looked at the religious symbols and I said, Uae is very similar to Om, and basically Kumaré, which comes from Kumar, I just put a little A at the end because it sounded kind of exotic and strange. So I took the letters from that and I created Uae. But it was really similar to Om, so I made my own symbol because I think religion is about identity and I wanted to give my own brand. So we have some symbols here. That's the from the trident, and then Uae, which has a kind of an A, and the other one is called a happiness symbol. I wrote the Kumaré Sutra, and here you have some quotes. One of the main invocations is Sadavo Bhav, and that's actually Sanskrit, and these are actually switched. That means be all you can be, and Karam ye vadikaraste, just do it. But if you think about it, how powerful these things are, like just do it, just go out there and, it's really inspirational. And actually, be all you can be, which is the US Army slogan, came when they were actually teaching people meditation in the Army. So there was some crossover. So I thought, I need to get some more Kumaré terms to make sense of this. So Kumaré is divine child. He's from a place called Alikash, as you saw. Uae is the word, the mantra that everyone could say together. Then there's a Kumaré Sutra. And then there's a philosophy, and that's called the mirror, which I'll get into in a bit. I also created what is the nature of existence, this fabric, what we look to religion. It's called the Great Illusion. Since I was making a film and I was impersonating a character, seemed like the right way to express that. There's a cosmology. There's Antavega, Bahirvega, inner world, outer world. You just take simple symbol, ideas and just put it into Sanskrit, and it's quite seductive. Then there's also a practice. There's some exercises. I'll show you one of the exercises. So it's just like it's a pose here, and you just go like that. So that's one. And then one of the final things is this idea of blue light. The mirror was the idea that inside of everybody, we already have this guru. And that what people were looking at Kumaré for was a reflection of their inner guru. And so they projected all these things on who I was when we made the film. And so I had this idea of what we were really looking for was a teacher inside of us. So I made a website. All of this stuff is on the website. You see the breakdown of the classes. Here's a little description. You see me with Sri Ravi Shankar. I just walked up next to him for a second and then stopped the picture. And then there's a contact. You can contact Kumaré at info@kumaré.org. So without getting too much into it, I'm going to show you the trailer in a minute. But everybody is curious about how could you do this? I mean, people really thought you were a guru. This really happened. Everyone else in the film is a real person. And I think the main thing to express right now is that, because everyone thinks this is a big hoax, you pulled one over, what were you trying to fool people? And it was really interesting making the film because it's not about getting people to follow you that is impressive. It's if you can get people to follow you, what are you going to share with them? You know, all of us can be leaders, but it's important to understand what the ramifications are. And I realized that everybody who I met along the way, nobody was foolish for believing in Kumaré. Because Kumaré believed everything that I believe, I probably would have believed him too. But it was all about finding an inner guru. So the main purpose here was just to really say that there is an idea of a pure self. We have icons that we believe in. But in fact, it's really just inside ourselves. And that's sort of the point of this experiment. And I'm just going to get through. This idea of an avatar is what Kumaré was. And there was my avatar. And it all came back to this blue light, which is just our imagination at work. I had people imagine a blue light because it was so simple and made up, but it gave a lot of people some peace. So I'm just going to show you the trailer. I hope you enjoy it. This is Kumaré.
So many of us look to the wisdom of the East to solve our problems in the West. Growing up in America, I too had a lot of questions. And I met a lot of religious leaders who claimed to have the answers. But were these gurus real or just full of it? To find out, I decided to impersonate a spiritual leader and build my own following. That's how I became Kumaré. Hello!
If you act like a guru, then you can become a guru, no? Then you come like this.
I have a guru. It's really wild.
Begin to feel the blue light.
I feel myself getting warmer than normal. I'm sure that's your energy.
I have always wanted to connect with a true, authentic person from India. I have intense feelings about the whole planet.
The purity, the honesty, there's nothing phony about him.
You don't know if I am good, I am bad. You don't know that.
I just can't believe that you would come and spend this much time with individuals.
Just what you're doing right here, by coming here and helping others, the most important thing you can do.
I will tell my kids, my grandkids, about this wonderful person that came into my life and changed me.
I am the biggest faker that I know. I fake so much, I forget who I was before.